Like how? This guy's dead body, fragments in your body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question.
Split body analysis.
You took that knife of yours and killed her with
Sam,
it.
Sam.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
We already established that the coat was put on the body after the part was removed. Which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
Knife we found lodged in the dead body.
This guy's dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Where established the coat was put on after the tar was moved. The knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it.
Makoto, just because I had the knife, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question.
I feel like it's the explode,
killed her with it.
the fragments.
Man, you are, Makoto.
Why do I feel like it's the fragments? But
The
it's
knife
saying
we
that,
found
so
lodged in the dead body.
I don't think it's the explode body analysis. No, can't be.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that knife before, that seals it.
Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question.
Yeah, I gotta slow it down there.
Horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No.
Shoot!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that knife, that seals it.
Just because I had the that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I'm not
The knife we
sure.
found lodged in the dead... It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had the that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No.
Shoot!
Ah.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
This guy's
No,
the.
it's wrong.
Oh. Dang.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
Also, hold on. Shouldn't be this one? Because, it says that, the body has been also struck in the head with an object, thick as a metal pipe, and covered with other wounds, but they were several days old. How come this wasn't part of it?
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. Monokuma file.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward.
Alright.
They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but... what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
I don't even know how to use those words in one complete sentence.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. Bomb. Fragment of the dead body.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. We need to concentrate. Monokuma file? Or are we gonna have to absorb something?
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
I think, the knife was covered up, and all those other wounds on her body were fresh, which only leaves...
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Oh, nope.
Well,
Yeah.
she was already...
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was... hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was covered up, and all those wounds on her body weren't fresh. Yeah, I get it. The hit to the head. But where would that go?
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well,
Yeah. She was already...
And it wasn't because of the knife. And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Guess.
Well, yeah.
she was already told...
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the
No.
back of her head. Shoot!
What could it
Then shall we
be?
continue the...
Is it really the Monokuma file? I don't think it is. Cause like, majority of the time when we get the Monokuma file as nothing, we choose something else.
debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
She was already...
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only...
Oh, yeah. According to... That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head. Shoot!
Oh no! Oh no! I don't want to lose this. No.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
Yeah.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well,
Yeah?
And it wasn't because of the knife. There's only...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
I don't get it.
Shoot!
Okay, well, what if we absorb the back of the head,
Shall we
right?
continue
The victim's fatal injury.
The explosion didn't...
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds
Okay,
across
whoa,
her
take
entire
this.
body.
This is gonna be the last one.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
No, it's wrong. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Ooh, boy.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, if you hold it upside down.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
I don't even know.
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
The real murder weapon. The titanium arrows.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right! I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it. Because there's one more thing about the weapon. One more secret.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
You sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin. Talking back to Master!
Oh, like duct tape,
You
right?
have no right!
Let me just get the white noise in this.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, because it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just be too... Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Yeah, no way. Yeah. Alright, so
The titanium era. It was in the dojo. I have no doubt that was the murderer.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal. It seems like an arrow would just be too...
there we go.
No, that's wrong.
Put the ball arrows all together and then you got a metal rod, right?
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you?
Well, actually, if you remember what it was 2 chapters ago with Hifumi and Celeste, if we're protecting a murderer, only the murderer gets killed, not the accomplice, the helper.
If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Well, that can happen. Yeah.
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. It must be connected to that dojo locker. It was the wood block key.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then, does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be one? Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone? For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? When the body was found, that's completely irrelevant to what's happening now.
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Wait, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean...
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than any—
Byakuya, what
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, it's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is this something else? Or is there something deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? The mastermind's trap. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro? And Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap. What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Let's pursue the lie.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko's definitely lying. And it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. We all know what that hidden thing is.
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Then, when we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
Kyoko told me before the trial started that she had stolen something very important from the headmaster's room.
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
When we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there.
That's the only explanation.
I could absorb the key. In Kyoko's account,
I didn't have the key to my because I'd given it to Byakuya.
There's no doubt.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
No, that's wrong. No, Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school. Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out! So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you! But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
good job! You got it right! Brilliantly right! We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Is everybody ready? Okay then!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Why is he teaching her about sex? This must feel horrible. Just picture her doom, death just right behind you, slowly coming up. And that's how the class trial of Mikuro Ikusawa came to an end. I still have to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mikuro's class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had to obtain peace, in exchange for the lives of all the others. Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
Yeah, that was a bad ending. Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Her claim? Oh, that's right. I have to. Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? Yep, that was bad ending. And just jumps right back in. But you know, where's the trophy? Like in the Vita version, I think that there will be a trophy for that. Alright. So to advance the story, we have to let it go. Let go of the lie. I made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal?
Excuse me. On the food.
Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
I'm trying to imply stop sucking his dick. No. Stop imagining that you're sucking his dick and sticking up with him, sticking up for him.
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time.
Oh, but you did say that you went to the bathroom in pairs. But could there have been a time where you could have moved on somewhere, you know? Or, you know, I don't know.
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
So, you.
It had to be Makoto, right?
No, it was literally there when we got there. Byakuya was
I
there.
don't see any other option.
Literally, Byakuya was there with me.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
It's rare we see this face from Makoto.
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
I got a C in one of them. Like it was B. 1,001 points. And 81 medals.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Whoop. We're screwed. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job?
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trial, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for a heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
You know, are we supposed to have, you know, that moment where we're supposed to put it in the comic and that explains how Makoto did it, you know? Or Makuma explain, you know, how the murder happened, you know? But we're just gonna avoid all that and just gonna strip. Yeah, Makoto did it. Don't need to explain anything. He's the one who did it. Yeah. Right? Well, main character's dead. Main character's dead. You think, you know, there might be, you know, an alternate version, you know, of this, you know, for the bad ending and this version. Kuma. Oh boy. Getting crushed to death. I mean, it would happen in an instant, but just like the pressure of it just you hearing the thug happening behind you, just like it getting ever so closer. Again, while White talking about sperm and eggs. Just turned purple and now like a bit blue. Alter ego to the rescue. Oh. We're saved. And Monokuma, you thought wrong.
Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on?
Hey, what's that? Yeah, it has to be.
This is
Alter ego?
Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell. I can't believe this.
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us.
What are you talking about like you already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an inch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so's Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you'll never see him again. 2 ways away in garbage-strewn pit, in a way that's even better than special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm gonna bring the spirit to the rest of you. Bring the spirit to the entire world. Boo! 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 Boo!
Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of this? Just what the hell's going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words,
Now it's the masterminds that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are we talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.